Set number 10251 containing 2,380 pieces, the Brick Bank, part of the LEGO Creator Expert line, was released in January 1st, 2016, and is iconic modular building, part of the LEGO City series here. This set is also a corner building, which is exciting for us who have the LEGO City, so that'll help fill in a few spots here for us. You can see on the back it shows some of the other recent modular buildings that have come out. Another fun part of this, it does continue the storyline that started with the detective's office, which continues some of those fun stories and some new ones that I'll share with you here shortly. But what we're going to do today, we're going to open this thing up, we're going to do a quick time-lapse speed build of it, and I'm going to give you some of my overall thoughts on the build and the set itself, but let's crack it open. And you can see the amount of different numbered bags. There are 5 number 1 bags, 5 number 2 bags, 6 number 3 bags, and 4 number 4 bags. And of course, the instruction manual, which is also in a plastic bag. Taking a look at the instruction manual, you can see that it is a little deceiving. It's actually a vertical instruction manual, which was common at the time. No write-ups or anything. It just goes straight into the build here. So let's go ahead and start the time lapse and get started. And off we go. Of course, I had the Mills plate ready to go, of course. And then you start on the tiling, which is actually one of my favorite parts of building the modular buildings. I just think it's a lot of fun putting it all together, and it looks really good on a time lapse, so hope you enjoy that. Then I was having some issues. If you saw me kind of flip the plate over there, it was like warping. I don't know if the base plate was a little warped or what, so I changed that out and put it back on, and it started working out. Next thing, the bricks start flying up. You start with a lot of the details, like inside the vault and just the exterior bricks, which of course is always a fun part of the build as well. Makes it enjoyable for me personally. And then you just start adding those finer details, which really make the story of this brick bank start to come together. Again, with kind of the laundromat and then some of those details, and then the exterior with the ingot pieces make it look really nice. Of course, modular buildings, besides the Palace Cinema, have printed details, so putting those printed windows in were really fun. They were very detailed, of course. It has like a stained glass effect for part of it, which is then duplicated. You can see right there with those transparent green and white pieces, which was really fun. You can also see right above the arch. I love building like statues and stuff. So anytime they put like that weird minifigure piece in there, like from the board games and the wings and all of that, always looks good. The washer piece I'm building right now, where you can launder the money, spoilers ahead, is really fun to put together as well. It was like a whole little unit that you could then put in and remove, which is always fun. Next thing, you actually start moving toward the second floor, because with modular buildings, the first floor is always higher. It has like that forced perspective, so it's always quite tall, and then the additional floors are a little shorter. You just start slapping that plate down, and everything starts coming together real nicely, and then you start putting together some of those other details, like for chairs in the chimney and such. Quick interruption, we're about to do our first live stream, because we've hit 1,000 subscribers. So here's just our little setup here. So if you tune into that, thanks for coming by. But we're excited to do that. So the time lapse is going to look a little different from this point on, but we're a little over halfway at the moment. Now you're seeing the time lapse version from the actual live stream we did. So you can see a lot of things weren't really accomplished, but that's okay because I was getting to talk to all of you. So I appreciate everyone who came by that live stream. Again, check that out if you didn't. But it was fun putting together some of those details. It just makes it really fun and passes the time quicker for sure. Next, we finish up some of those details and pop that second floor right on top there. And then we actually start on the third floor here shortly, which isn't really a floor. It's more of the roof, but it's actually quite elongated. So it looks like it's part of the second floor, maybe insinuated to be part of like a third floor, but not as many details up there. Fun putting together that chandelier. It had like the clear diamond pieces I don't think I've seen before, so that was really fun to put together. And then for some of the skylights and other final details. But let's go ahead and finish this thing up, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, and here is the brick bank. of course, the special part of this building, it is a bank, but it is also a corner building. So it's very helpful in a Lego city. So compared to some of the other modulars we've taken a look at, you can see kind of the other side here. There is no backyard, I guess you would say. It's just kind of flat on both sides, so it can go flush right up against another modular building. And as we start to take a look at some of the details here, you can tell some of the exterior is not as pretty. That's why this needs to be pressed up against something compared to maybe later modular buildings. But overall, so what we're going to do is I'll show you some of the details of the exterior, and then we'll take a look at some of the interior details for you. Starting out with some of the minifigures. We've got a mom and daughter. Looks like she has just won a contest of some sorts, if you can see that written on the big check right there, for 500 studs. But more about these two later on, because of course there is an interesting story going on with this modular building that was started with the detective's office that carries over into the brick bank. Some of the other exterior details, you've got like the silver grates in the ground. Of course, it has the main primary color is the dark bluish gray for the sidewalk. You've got this fun tree build. Out front here, there's some interesting part usage using kind of like we call it like the game minifigures, like that used to come with some of those like board games and such, not the trophy minifigures that we see today. As we go up to the second floor, we've got those sand green windows. As we move our way around, there's a fun little clock tower, I guess you'll call it, on this side, on the exterior of the building, with one of the workers right there going up to either clean it or fix it and such. You can see another look at kind of some of those printed windows over here. And this is one of the first buildings that I'm aware of that has a second building built into it. Not like the pet shop and condo, because those were meant to be two separate things. This has the soap and suds laundromat built into it there. It's got some fun details with like the minifigure legs and like a washing machine. This, of course, is a printed piece as well. Very fun details there. 24-hour service, wash, dry, fold, soap and sud. You can see a fun little string hanging down. More about that in just a little bit, but it has kind of like a little apartment type facade on there, and of course the lamppost and a fun bench build. These are those rope pulley pieces that are used to make those interesting angles, kind of like this right here. So you can see that then extrapolated multiple times throughout the set. And of course a Lego frog up top there. Around the back, just a fun little thing here that's got like a chimney. Again, more on that in a little bit. And then a little door that can lead into it there. I won't open that one because that was the main part breakage of this set, again with the brittle brown sometimes causing an issue with this age of sets. This part up here broke off, or cracked. It didn't officially break off, so I'm okay just leaving it in there for now because I'm not going to open that door too many times. Now that we've taken a look at that, let's see about removing this top section. As you can see, the separation point is actually a lot higher. It's almost like a third floor when you actually get down to it with how much time that took to construct this particular part of it. Okay, and here's the top-down approach. You can see the last minifigure we didn't take a look at there. He is just typing away on his little typewriter, looks like, because it has like a letter put in there rather than like a computer screen. So I guess it's meant to be kind of old school with like a coffee machine over in the corner. Of course, another printed clock up there and the fireplace. Here's that other little office we were talking about that kind of appears to be a condo, but it really is more of like a banker's office, looks like. So that's where this other minifigure that's down here can sit as well, as where the other place you can put it. It's got a special letter in there. But some fun little mini builds in there, especially like the lamp, the swivel chair, and I always love the use of the classic parrot right in there, kind of in the dark bluish gray. But a fun little interesting build, of course. So let's remove the next floor. Okay, and here's where things start to get even more interesting. You can see the soaps and suds laundromat. There's the bank vault, which we'll take a closer look at in a second. More stairs going up to that next floor. You can see because it is so high, it is a larger first floor. You can see a nice tile design down there with like a bank teller and some other fun details. Of course, it's always hard to get the camera in here, so you can see like the window glass in front of it with another print piece for like a bridge, and then like a little door that leads into like the back area. You can see like a little coin machine right in there, if I can point to it for you. with some like gold coins sticking out, and of course the vault like we were talking about. Some other modifications I made to this set were, it did not come with jumpers yet. We have not gotten to that point in the modular series line, so I added my own just to be able to have some of my minifigures be able to stand up correctly. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the play features of this set. So the obvious is there's a laundromat, right? So what's happening is they are literally laundering money. Inside the vault, you see like the stacks of money, of course, and everything. And you can actually turn the knob on here. So right now, the vault is locked. I will pull it, see? So you can spin it in order to actually open it up. So when you close it, you can see that Technic piece in there that's kind of moving. You can just push that back in there, move it in place, and then it is locked. So I removed part of the wall so you can kind of see what's going on, because this should pop out just like that. You can see it's on jumpers. So when someone goes down this chimney, on the other side, there is a grate here that will open up, and we'll demonstrate how that works in just a minute. And then right here is another secret compartment. I'll just take this whole thing out. So what's going on back here? These are like safe deposit boxes. So inside each of these is some sort of valuable. So it looks like there's like the $5 coins and like the silver in there. In this one, some precious gems in different colors like purple and such. And in the last one, when you open it up, it just kind of drops out like that. I've got a $100 bill and this special gold-plated bar, which is fun for this set. Kind of hard to see, but it is actual plated gold. Not real gold, but shiny gold, as opposed to like this, which is a gold as well. So we'll keep the gold bar for just a second, just so you can see what happens. You can see there's nothing in there. So on the other side where the laundromat is, you can see the one with the red on it right here. I'm going to put this gold bar in here. So it goes in there. And comes out the other side. So just a fun little play feature in order to do that. Okay, so we briefly put this back together here so you can see the chimney. The mom that we showed you earlier is actually the bad guy of this particular set. Here, I'll show you in the instruction manual. So, what you're supposed to do is connect the string to the minifigure just like this. And you can have them go right down the chimney, just like Santa Claus. And what's supposed to happen, be able to go all the way down there, get the goods, and then you can pull them back up. So let's take them off the string and show you what happens when we just put them down there. Ready? It gets them into the vault, kind of, or almost into the vault, but right on top of it, just like that. So they're able to break in. I'll show you what it looks like in the instruction manual of what they're talking about. You can see right here where she has her alter ego and can go diving in there to get the goods. The back of the box also fills in some of the story here. You can see the mom and daughter taking pictures of inside the bank for security purposes to figure out what's going on. You can see some deals going down here with the letter and the candy, which will come in just a second. So they take pictures together in order to rob this bank. You can see him using the string to get down there, them and the window cleaner that's right outside. He pays the girl in candy, which of course is illegal in this Lego city. This guy is the one sending the special letters with the extra stamp there. So here you can launder in the money, get it out on the other side, and she can dive in and steal it, and then destroy the evidence, of course. Or just install a sign on the dishwasher. So maybe they're going in on it together here. Just based on the box alone, you can see the detective over there getting the letter, the candy thief, and then over to the brick bank now where she's taking pictures and they're coming up with a plan to rob the bank. So here's all three pieces one more time. So let's put this back together and then I'll give you some of my final thoughts. Okay, so what are our final thoughts on the brick bank here? I think this is a great set. Let's just get right to it. I've been excited to build this for quite a while. I love corner buildings. I just love all the detail. I love the storytelling. I think there's some interesting colors. The white and the sand green just looks really good. Anytime you got gray and gray, of course, and it's okay. I mean, that's normal for a building in real life, so that's just how it goes. So I don't mind it. too much. I love the use of the ingot pieces out front there. And again, this is one of the first buildings that have like the extra building, I guess you'll say, on the side with like the laundromat. There's a story to it, so that one makes sense. So as we continue on in our modular building series, I guess you'll say, building from oldest that we have to newest, we'll see how that progresses moving forward. Again, only one issue with the brittle brown with the door on the top, but otherwise not too bad. I love the use of the printed pieces, especially with the windows, and the minifigures not too bad as well. They still have the standard smiley faces, as that doesn't change till much later on in the modular building collection. But I think this is going to look great in our LEGO City. Make sure you do stay tuned for one of our next LEGO City updates where we do find a place for this somewhere in our LEGO City. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit like. We just hit 1,000 subscribers here recently, so make sure you subscribe and keep along for the journey here, as we've got a lot of great content coming your way with more retired sets, building reviews, and of course, LEGO City updates. So until next time, I appreciate you coming by Old Mountain Bricks today. Have a good one.